All right, so we're on the pop culture right now.
Please.
And
Okay, so did you listen to the? I know you did, but did you listen to the Pop Smoke album?
yes, I did. Yeah,
Okay, and so what do you think? Good, bad, not good?
I liked it. I really enjoyed it actually.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it in its entirety. I mean, there's a few songs that for me is going to get a lot of replay value, like Creature, What You Know About Love, You Special,
Something.
Gangsta, yeah,
I love Gangsters and
yeah,
44 Bulldog.
yeah. I don't know if I like Fully Football like that.
You know what I realized? I had the leak for 44 Bulldog. My sister sent it to me a while ago. Because, listen, you artists and your producers, you got to work on some kind of trust shit. She was talking to someone who produced music for another popular Toronto artist who I also got all the leaks for.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I realized when I was listening to 44 Bulldog, I'm like, this is familiar. And then I checked my phone and I realized I had that in my files as well. I was like, oh,
Oh
okay.
man, so glad that you didn't leak that. Oh,
Yeah.
did you have it prior to his death or?
I had it so it was unfinished when I had it. It was unfinished. It was literally, I think it was just after he had died. I had it, like literally a couple days after he died. I had it.
Yo, these producers are fucking grimy, man.
Yeah, they'll do anything. So
Exactly.
yeah, I really like Gangsters and 44 Bulldogs. Something special. Anything. I can't remember what that one. It's anything something. Um, and Snitches. I like Snitches. It's just catchy.
Yeah.
But I do feel like a lot of it is very like geared toward the mainstream side of things. Like I can hear a lot of that going on to pop, kind of popish a little bit.
That was 50 Cent's intention, right?
Yeah.
So when he stepped into executive produce, he was like he wanted to make the album as big as possible, right? Just for his legacy, and that's exactly what it sounds like. It just sounds like well polished, well mainstream. Sounds like I don't know if this is the direction that he would have took it.
Yeah.
But this was the direction that his career was going, mainstream. If this is this the sound that he would have, I'm not quite sure, but this is the most definitely the spotlight that he would have gotten in a few months. Hopefully, probably even by now, he probably would have got the spotlight. Actually, no, Corona would have fucked that up. But yeah, but he would Pop Smoke would have still been like more notoriety, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but overall, I think it was a pretty good album.
People were mad because they didn't see Chef G, Sleepy Hollow on there, Fabio. Fabio was more so. I was like, damn, no Favi.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, the Chef G and the Sleepy Hollow. For me, when Pop Smoke is alive, I haven't came across any records of them actually working on music together. So it didn't sound surprising. Not to say that he had beef with them. It's just that musically they didn't work. So I wasn't necessarily turned off by the fact that they weren't on the album.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you. That's a good point though. I didn't really think about that stuff. Yeah, I do feel like there was a lot of features, a lot of big features, but I feel like that was for that mainstream purpose. In other news, August Alsina came out and confirmed in an interview with, I believe it was Andrew Martinez.
No, Angela Lee. It was on his own platform too.
Yeah, sorry. I always get confused with both of their names. Like I know when they look like, but their names, because it starts with an A and it's similar. That's why. But yeah, anyway, so he came out and said that he dated Jada. Like he confirmed it.
No, we need a better word than dated. We need a better adjective.
Her crevices.
Yeah, he was digging it out, allegedly.
Yeah, he was in Jada's crevices on his confirmation. And then
his answer. Oh, but keep on going. I'll speak on it.
No, it's okay. He said that Will gave him his blessing, and he had a blessing from Will because they decided to go from marriage to life partners instead. So we had a blessing from Will, and obviously we know that August has been very close with his family. They've gone on trips together, everything, and Jada denied it. But then a day later, she's like, "I'm gonna bring myself," because everyone's like, "You should be on the red table." So she's like, "I'm gonna bring myself to the red table."
Which I thought that was her poking fun at the internet.
Oh, I thought she was great. I've never watched an episode of Red Table Talks ever.
No, I watched.
You watched the Jordan one, didn't you?
No, yes, I did, but I kept on falling asleep because that girl's so boring, man.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
So yes, the Jordan one, Will Smith one, the first time he was on there, and I know I watched something else, maybe a Wale one. I can't remember too heavily, but I watched the Will one most definitely. Because how they got together initially is what I even now came here with my findings after I watched it, and I was like, how they are able to cope is not even like they don't even argue or use cuss words in front of each other.
Yeah.
Like, you know, really great relationship skills to help them stay together. And the whole life partner thing is, I like that. But besides all that, when that news, you know, came out there, I was like, okay, August, let's go. So it based on the, because when I heard his answer or his, you know, his answer towards this, it sounds very fluffed up.
Yeah.
It sounded like he put a whole bunch of like mumbo jumbo jargon before he actually got to it. And even when he got to it, it still didn't sound like something concrete. You kind of had to piece things together and go like, yeah, it sounds like something was going on there, because based on prior evidence anyways, there's a lot of them really close pictures together. They look very intimate, very, you know, one.
Yeah.
So when he started to say like, I loved her to the point where I felt sick, and, you know, people started to go like, she took advantage of this, you know, poor man mental state and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, and he said Will gave him his blessing. And then I'm like, I don't know if they're swingers. And then, or not even swingers.
I was thinking that too. A lot of people were thinking that, but.
Yeah. Because I remember how I watched the first Red Table Talk of them being there, like Jada and Will.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, let's dismiss some of the rumors that's going out there. And he said, we've never been swingers. Mm-hmm. Swingers is different than what a cuck is, right? If people are trying to say Will Smith is a cuckold is like a dude that likes to see his girl get smashed by other guys. But they also said they have an open relationship where they're both able to do things and be free, but also be married and together.
Okay.
This whole situation just sounds messy as hell, man.
It sounds very messy, but I believe that it's true.
And also, he doubled down on it with a very long Instagram post, which also I didn't read as well. But apparently, the last two sentences kind of just confirmed.
Yeah, same. That's what I read too. I believe it. I believe it's true because August was in a very fucked up, fragile state of fragility because he was very vulnerable when the whole thing happened. Why are you doing that face?
I don't want to know my mom, man.
Okay. Anyway.
Why close me, man?
Am I supposed to look at myself when I'm talking?
I know, but
okay. Anyways, I thought I said something wrong. He was in a very like a vulnerable state of fragility because the thing happened. Well, his brother had died prior, and then I think his next brother died. Then his sister died, and then he decided to take care of his sister's kids. Then he got that weird problem where he couldn't walk, some liver problem, and he couldn't walk. Mm-hmm. And then now he's back, and I feel like, I don't know. It's just a very big mess, but I feel like it's true. I believe you, August. I stand with you.
Oh yeah, because Nina actually believes all victims, so it makes
sense.
That's
true. I did say that. I have said that plenty of times. August is a victim in this situation, and I stand with him, and I believe him. Jada, you're an old lady liar. She's just trying to use her power within the industry to make us understand that this isn't true. And I don't know. I believe August. Anyways, on to different things. Okay. B. Simone is hosting a free webinar on finances, law, and copyright after her major book fail where she got caught for copyright.
And to that, I'm going to say, who knows better than to teach you the law than a criminal?
That's what she said. Well, she didn't say it like that. She didn't call herself a criminal. She just said that she learned her lessons and she wants to teach people what she learned.
Exactly. Who's best to tell you than a criminal?
I get the intentions. I understand the intentions. And I do believe it will be valuable advice. But for some reason, I feel like she's going to twist and turn it in a way where it makes her look good. So then people will think, and people are going to think, oh, you know what? It makes it look kind of good. So it's just a small thing to get away with. So I could do it. I'll get away with it. And then it's just going to end up being a whole disaster. And then someone's going to end up suing B. Simone for false information about the law. And she's going to keep going in this repeated circle. And it's going to be the end of B. Simone. It's already the end of her. I never knew there was a beginning of her. I still don't even remember where she's from. But the end.
Wow.
Agree?
Wow, you went down you took me through the what's it saying? You took me through the woods over the bridge to grandma's house or something.
Sure, I didn't know that was a saying.
What's it there? Through the woods or over the bridge and through the woods to grandma's house?
I don't know. I don't.
But yeah, you went down a dark spiral. Really quick too. But I don't think so. I think this webinar might be received with good reviews.
All right.
Because I think she might just go there with her best foot forward and educate the people what they need to be educated on, and it's going to be a beautiful thing.
But it's going to be in a twisted way, and then someone's going to think, I could get away with this, and then they're going to get away with it.
You think so?
And then it's going to go into that big rabbit hole I just talked about.
You know what? You can't blame stupid people, right? Because even when you see stories like Big Meech or Freeway Ricky Ross or like El Chapo, people always aspire just to be the criminal and was like, you know what? I'm going to just study them and not make the same mistakes they did. Mm-hmm. And then they ultimately get caught. Yeah. So the moral of the story is that crime doesn't pay.
Yeah. Also, speaking of copyright, Meek Mill is being sued for copyright for allegedly stealing the lyrics to 100 Summers and Cold Hearted 2 off of his Championships album. Because they're saying that basically he got one of the writers from Dream Rich is saying that he got one of the writers from there to write songs for him, and he used the titles, the words, everything. And yeah. But like Cold Hearted has always been Meek's thing. Like that's a personal thing, like he has Cold Hearted #1. Now he has Cold Hearted #2. I don't feel like anybody else could write that, no matter how relatable it is. I feel like it's really a Meek personal thing, in my opinion. You don't care?
No, not that I don't. But we run a podcast, so
you have to care.
Yeah, I don't, because you know what? The thing with Meek, right? Or the thing in America, you can sue people even if you're broke, right? If whatever baseless claim that you have in America, you could sue someone. So if they feel like whatever substance was inside the songs that you mentioned, they could sue, and then they could try to get a settlement out of it. I mean, clearly it's drumming up some noise. But yeah. I look at it as like karma, man. I think Meek was talking too much, and people want to make him back in his place. It's like, yo, you're doing too much.
I don't think Meek I think Meek is a good person. I like Meek. I'm a Meek fan. Meek, I like you.
I'm objective about me. I like certain things that Meek does, and other times I'm like, why is he the voice of the streets?
I like him. I think he's a good voice of the streets because he was in the streets. He got out the streets. He got treated improperly by that judge. And a lot of times people think that, if you're a Black person and you're getting treated by a Black judge, then you might not have to deal with the things that Meek had to deal with. Yeah. And I think he provides a good voice in that sense to let people know, like, the system is the system.
The system might be the system, but Meek contributed to a lot of that parole or probation that he was on because he kept on violating it.
Yeah, but like biking as a violation.
Hey, bro, let's be honest. Remy Ma is on parole. Lil Boosie was on parole. There's a whole bunch of other people on probation, right? Parole and probation, two different things. But when you're on them papers and you're out in the free world, don't even fuck it up by doing anything that they could violate you on. Because when you're on probation or parole, you're looked at as second-class citizen anyway. So if you get pulled over, and say you get pulled over just for a routine traffic stop, that officer doesn't even need what's the thing called, probable cause to check your vehicle. They could just check it, just do it. Yeah, they could just run your shit. Think about it. You are not treated the same when you're on them papers. So when you're doing stuff, don't even give them a chance. Like Tekashi said, I'm not even gonna let you get the chance. Don't even let the people get the chance to get to you. But
he was on probation for like 11 years.
Yeah, hella long years.
Yeah, a little unnecessary in my opinion, but
I mean, he violated that shit twice.
Man,
Or more than twice, actually. Well,
Yeah,
I only remember the twice.
yeah, well, I just think it was a little excessive, and we know why.
And he was telling the judge to suck his dick. Or I might be doing too much, but he was disrespecting the judge on some
Well, the
records.
judge wanted to suck his dick. She got mad he wouldn't make a song about him.
He dissed her though.
So, because she was being mean. She was being like okay, she was being like extra with the punishment, like extra. 10 years. At 14?
No. He violated and it got extended. Remember that. It was supposed to be done in 2015, I believe.
Yeah, and then put him on for another 10 years. That's a little excessive because they know they know you're not going to be able to be a second-class citizen and act with very extreme limitations for the next 10 years of your life. So they want to keep you in that loophole of a system.
Yep.
But I've seen viral videos of judges who give people second chances. She didn't want to do that.
But apparently, from objectively speaking, that judge gave that man a lot of chances just based on the situation that he in. She was, from what people were saying, very lenient towards Meek because Meek has done certain things that could have ultimately had him locked up previously.
Yeah.
And the judge, you might want to say bad things about the judge. Maybe she was doing some heavy-handed acts, which she ultimately did near the end. A heavy-handed act, putting him in thing over the bike. But like, it's always a cause and effect. Like, how many times was he fucking up to get to the point where it's like, fuck that. This incident is from all the other times I let you go. That's why I was so heavy-handed. You know what the saying inside the Bible is? Spare the rod and spoil the child.
I was not aware of that.
Spare the rod, spoil the child.
I'm still not here for her. Anyways, next, Kanye West decided he's running for president. And he's late already.
Yeah, in 6 states, he can't even run. Because they've already had the whole, what's that thing called? Early registration voting type of thing in 6 states already?
Yeah. I don't think people should vote for Kanye. Don't you have to go through a psychiatric test to become a president anyways? So isn't he ineligible anyways, actually?
I didn't hear about that one, actually.
Because I swear they kept saying for Donald Trump, they wanted him to go through a psychiatric test because they don't believe he's mentally stable and so that he could be kicked out of office. Because you can't, I mean, it's not a discriminatory thing, but you really can't run a country, the most powerful country in the world at that.
Oh, so now mental issues are an issue now, huh?
When were they not? When were they not?
No, people had this whole thing. It's like you can still do stuff if you get your mental health.
No, you can.
Don't discriminate against. But now, if the president got a little bipolar with him, it's like, oh, we can't have him running the country.
Bro, look what the guy is doing, locking kids up in cages. Then he's just gonna change his mind one day. He's putting people in the country through trauma. He didn't change his mind on it, but like. Yeah, I don't think, you know what? I literally just thought of that. I don't even think Kanye is eligible to run for president then. Because he's bipolar, right? That's bipolar, right?
He's not. He's not bipolar.
So his album said, I'm bipolar. This is super fun.
All right, so correct me if I'm wrong. People listen to this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he was misdiagnosed bipolar, and he really has sleep apnea or sleep disorder. Where... Some dumb shit.
How did you find this out? I never heard about this.
It was during the time, I think it was during the time where he was going on his Trump rant. That's when that thing came up after.
Well, if that's the case, then that makes sense, and he can run for president. Yeah. If it's not,
correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he said that he was misdiagnosed.
Yeah, if it's not the case, then yeah, he actually can. I just took that in. Wow. Yeah. Well, anyways,
but he can't. I mean, he can't. There's certain things that he hasn't done already. He just kind of just put it out there on Twitter. Also, he can't because the Democrat. There's only two things you could run for: Republican or Democrat. Republican is already in office, which is Donald Trump, and the Democrats already have their candidate, which is Joe Biden. So, and Joe Biden already beat out different candidates already, like the old guy. And then Kamala Harris, or I didn't even say.
Oh yeah, Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and amongst other people as well. So he wasn't at the super primaries, none of that.
So then, yeah, you're right. I think I saw a tweet from someone who is in the political sphere, and she was saying Kanye's just saying this just for tactics because he's late. And she gave a bunch of other facts that prove that he literally can't run for president right now.
Exactly. He can't. Yeah. And I thought he had said 2020 in 2016, where I have my famous picture of me wearing the Kanye West shirt with him saying, listen to the kids, bro, Kanye 2020. Yeah. And then when 2020 or 2019 had come up, he said, I'm not going to be running until 2024.
Yeah. So maybe this is his tease, and then 2024 will be real.
Yes, but it makes sense because me being someone who sees what's going on, I don't think Trump is getting out of office anytime soon.
Imagine,
I don't think so. I mean, I've been not thinking so for a while, just because a lot of people in America are saying they're getting money with Trump, and America's a capitalistic country. So,
and just because of all the stuff he's already gotten away with, and now all this stuff, this extra stuff with this Jeffrey Epstein, whatever stuff that's happening too, it's just like, bro, like anything is really possible in America. It's fucked up.
Yo, apparently Chrissy Teigen's
on his flight log.
Yeah, get that girl out of here.
I can't believe that.
She got after my man academics, man. Fuck her.
I can't believe that. Yeah. Imagine Kim Kardashian as a first lady. Oh my God, keeping up with the Kardashians would be a whole new level in the White House.
So they're saying, yo, that would to be honest, that type of world would be so crazy because Kanye West. Because the thing is, it's so easy to bring up their past just because their past is their brand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Kim Kardashian, although she had done so much great, people are always going to go to the negative to smear and slander her. Off, go straight to the sex tape.
Yeah.
And other cantily dressed photos of her, and you're like, she doesn't demonstrate someone of regalness.
Yeah.
Which is royalty.
Yeah, I know that. I understand.
I'm just saying, some people might not know what I said.